Part 5. Last Stand. Dr. Carter and the survivors prepared for their final stand against the xenomorphs, their hearts heavy with both determination and sorrow. They fortified their position with barricades and makeshift defenses, fully aware that this battle would decide their collective fate. The air was thick with tension as they awaited the inevitable onslaught. Outside, the xenomorphs swarmed, their eerie hisses and skittering claws filling the corridors of Solace Outpost. Dr. Carter's heart pounded in her chest, her mind focused on the task at hand. She had become a beacon of hope for the survivors, a guiding force amidst the chaos, and she felt the weight of their expectations resting on her shoulders. As the first wave of xenomorphs crashed against their defenses, a flurry of bullets and improvised weapons met them head-on. The survivors fought with a fierce determination, their resolve unyielding. The narrow corridors became a battleground, the clash of metal and alien shrieks echoing through the ruins. Dr. Carter, armed with the knowledge she had acquired, analyzed the xenomorphs' patterns and vulnerabilities, directing her allies with calculated precision. They fought in unison, their movements fluid and coordinated. Each life lost was mourned, but their sacrifices fueled the survivors' resolve to protect those still standing. As the battle raged on, the survivors faced wave after wave of xenomorph assaults. The odds seemed insurmountable, their defenses stretched thin, but in the face of desperation, their determination burned bright, casting aside doubt and fear. Explosions rocked the colony as the survivors unleashed their own brand of chaos upon the xenomorphs. They set traps, rigged corridors with deadly surprises, and exploited the environment to gain the upper hand. The colony became a deadly labyrinth, a maze of destruction designed to impede the relentless march of their alien adversaries. With each passing second, the battle grew fiercer. The survivors' fatigue weighed heavy on their souls, their bodies pushed to the brink of exhaustion. But they refused to yield, drawing strength from the bonds they had forged amidst the chaos. Their collective resilience became their greatest weapon, driving them forward despite the odds. In the midst of the chaos, emotional bonds deepened and shattered. Lives were lost, sacrifices made, and allegiances tested. The survivors grappled with their humanity, teetering on the precipice of darkness as they fought to protect what little remained. As the battle neared its climax, a devastating blow struck the survivors. The colony's defenses faltered, overwhelmed by the sheer force of the xenomorph onslaught. Panic gripped their hearts as the realization dawned that they were running out of time. In the darkest hour, the survivors made their final stand. Driven by sheer will and the indomitable spirit of survival, they fought with a ferocity that belied their dwindling numbers. It was a battle against an enemy that seemed to have no end, an enemy that had become an embodiment of their nightmares. One by one, the survivors fell, their sacrifices etching their names into the annals of Solace Outpost. Dr. Carter fought valiantly, her every move a testament to her determination. She stared into the face of death, her heart heavy with the weight of the lives lost, the dreams shattered, and the hope that flickered in the abyss. Then Dr. Carter found herself standing alone, the last defender of Solace Outpost. She faced a horde of xenomorphs, their slithering forms closing in. With a resolute gaze, she stood her ground, ready to give everything for those who had perished. As the xenomorph descended upon her, claws and fangs poised to strike, Dr. Carter fought with a fury born from desperation. She battled until her strength waned, until her last breath escaped her lips. In that final moment, as darkness claimed her, she whispered a prayer for any survivors, hoping that their entire ordeal would not be in vain. Solace Outpost fell into silence, its corridors drenched in blood and echoes of a once thriving community. About 2 weeks later, the vessel USS Vanguard arrived in orbit answering the outpost's distress signal.